What is up, guys? It is time for Dylan, back at it again with another crypto video. We have something very special for you guys today. We have none other than the creators of ADA NINJAS with us today. So first things first, let's introduce my co-host Vic from The Hidden Order NFTs. How are you doing, Vic?
What's up? Glad to make acquaintance.
Yeah.
This is us together, and so like if you guys didn't know, like we're doing this together. So you'll see more of us with more from other people in the NFT and the CNFT space. It's gonna be amazing.
Exactly. And thank you guys so much for joining us today, the creators of ADA NINJAS. How are you guys? Introduce yourself.
Yeah, so my name's Tommy. Tommy Bowie, go by the name online persona of Blades. And yeah, excited to be here. Thanks, guys.
Hey, good to be here, guys. Sushan here. I'm Ninja Shaz on ADA NINJAS, and yeah, excited to sort of progress with this conversation.
Yeah, thank you guys so much for joining us today. You guys are really awesome. Like, seriously, we really appreciate you guys being willing to come here, you know, and just talk like humans. And that's what we like to do, you know, just talk like humans, humanize each other, and just, you know, talk about the NFT space, man.
Yeah.
So the first question I really have for you guys, just, you know, the elephant in the room, just to get it out of the way. What happened with the mint? Just for someone that does not know at all.
I can start. Basically, the way the Cardano NFT minting process works is someone sends a amount of ADA to a specific wallet, and on the back ends there is an API that kind of automates that process of minting the NFT on demand and then sending it back to them. So that in its core concept is how minting processes work. Now, unfortunately, we had the incorrect wallet address on our main website. So there was a bunch of transactions that went through. A lot of people sent, I think it was about 1,500 transactions, totaling of about 166,000 ADA.
Wow,
sent to the incorrect
incredible
address. So we had to act quick and and kind of make sure that you know what the issue was resolved as soon as possible.
Yeah, because I noticed right away you guys went on Twitter and you guys just owned the mistake and you guys were like, you know, we're going to send back the ADA. We're sorry. So follow-up question, you guys were able to send back all of the ADA?
Yeah. So we've essentially, I think, refunded 99% of it. A couple of people who would have used the incorrect, who would have basically sent through an exchange rather than through a wallet. Those are the only ones that haven't completely been processed yet. Yeah, so we're just doing those manually, but all the other ones, so I'd say about 99% of them, they've been refunded already.
There you go, man.
Oh,
see, guys,
good.
that's crypto. You know what I mean? Sometimes this just happens, and you know, I'm just glad. You know, I was telling a lot of my friends, you guys should be lucky that this wasn't a rug pull, and these guys are giving you back your Cardano.
Yeah, look, it was actually very tough for us when we realized the mistake, right? Because this is a very, very rookie mistake by the team. And it was almost a shock to us, and we were just kind of like frozen because we were like, okay, what are the next steps? Let's make decisions now. Let's make the announcements. And then when we made the announcements, it was just an executive call to say we need to get up and do a live to kind of show the community that their funds, first and foremost, are safe. And then we have an action to kind of resolve that. And thankfully, we were able to do that within 24 hours. And then now, I guess the goal is just to keep moving forward and proving to the community that we can deliver upon our promises and roadmap.
Yeah, there you go, man. Hey, that's what it's all about, man. Just own your mistakes and move forward. You know, I'm glad you guys managed to resolve the issue so quickly because, man, I made a video before you guys even dropped, and I was like, hey, I really think this project's going to be big. And I'm so glad that, you know, a little silly mistake like that didn't ruin it for you guys. It's pretty awesome.
I think huge credit to the ADA NINJAS community as well, because the people that have been around for a week or more since we launched the Discord about 3.5 weeks ago or so, they've been really supportive throughout all of it. They recognize that, okay, these guys need to focus on fixing things up, so let them go and do that. So we really, really appreciate how supportive the community has been, and they're absolutely incredible. So I can't commend them enough for all the support that they've provided, and just the awesome job that they do with everything ADA NINJAS related.
Yeah, that's cool, man. Yeah, you guys have a pretty awesome community, man. Pretty large. Almost 10,000 people on Twitter. Just about 10,000 on Discord, right? You guys hit 10,000. Yeah, that's pretty awesome. Heck yeah. So I guess you want to ask a question, Vic? You want to ask him a question?
Yeah. My question for you guys is, how did you guys create that community? That's my next question, because that's always something that I love to do. I'm a huge guy with community. How'd you guys get started with that?
When Zushan and I sat down and we were kind of deciding the marketing strategy on how we can best grow our community, the sole focus was we need to find the most targeted audience, and it's not just about growing the numbers. And we looked at different strategies of growing communities, and a lot of the people in the crypto space, they do a lot of, I guess, fiat giveaways and invite contests. And what we realized with stuff like that was, yes, you can increase your followers quite easily with that strategy, but they're not relevant. So those people might join, and if they're not interested, they're quite inactive.
Okay, so they're just joining for the giveaway. They're not interested in the project.
Yes. That's right. So the chat isn't as engaged. So you might have 10,000 followers, but there's barely anyone talking about anything in chat. So what we did was, okay, what's our core audience? And we knew that it's the anime manga scene. And there's two type of audiences there. There's people who love anime and don't know anything about NFTs. There's people who love NFTs but know nothing about anime and manga. So
nice.
It was just about implementing our server to, I guess, accommodate those audiences there. And one thing I think Zushan and I are proud ourselves on is just getting in there into the general chat and just talking to people, just finding out where they're from, what manga and anime they like, and it got to a point where it was self-sustaining, the conversation. Awesome. So I think that was the most important part for us, was just no invite contests, and it was just organic growth in the community.
Yeah, you guys are really good with all that stuff.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome, man. Completely organic growth, no giveaways. What? Dang, that's much more impressive than a 20,000 project. 20,000 follower project that's constantly doing giveaways. Straight up.
Yeah, look, another thing that Tommy touched on that the ADA NINJAS community is quite proud of, the fact that we don't do invite giveaways or any sort of whitelisting to do with invites or anything else of that matter. So the community is really proud about it, and we asked them straight up, like when we were at around 1,000 members, we said, hey, look, you guys are all active, what do you want? Do you want to do invite giveaways? And they straight up said no. So we're like, okay, let's not do it. That's what we want. That's what we believe in as well. And yeah, that worked out really, really well. We have an anime manga channel where people come in and they just share what they like about the scene. We have other channels. That channel also includes movies and sports, so people can talk about other things there. We have,
That's awesome.
We're quite relaxed with what people talk about, as long as they follow there isn't any racism, sexism, bigotry, none of that stuff.
Yeah, the usual stuff. Yeah,
like NSFW content. Go for it. We're not too picky, as long as you're not coming in spamming. We're pretty comfortable. You want to talk about another project, do it. That's okay.
Yeah.
You can't always be expected to talk about ADA NINJAS, right? That's right now, starting off, that's a bit unrealistic. But what we've seen over time is more and more people just come in, and all they are talking about is ADA NINJAS. 24 hours, which is just phenomenal and really, really sort of humbling for us in a way.
That's awesome. You know, so I guess that really brings me to this question. How did you guys actually come to the point where you said, we're going to create an NFT project? Because it sounds like you guys were really interested in manga and anime and that whole scene. Is that what came first, the manga anime scene, and then you guys decided, hey, let's make an NFT? Like, do you guys have programming experience, or how did you guys do it?
So Vishain and I
take it, Tommy.
We met a couple of years ago through work, and Dushan actually introduced me to crypto in general at the start of this year. And nice. I just immediately got captured into this whole scene and down the rabbit hole of everything, you know, come from yield farming to NFTs to day trading. So it was just one of the things where everything is so new and the opportunities are so, like, there are so many opportunities that I was just kind of doing research on what we can do on the development front. Now, we don't actually have development, coding, programming backgrounds. We're purely project managers at heart. So it was just, okay, if we want to develop an NFT series, what are the core steps that need to happen? Who are the people we need to find to make it happen?
Wow, that's
and
awesome.
And then what is an idea or a brand that we can take on that we would actually enjoy doing for the next 3 to 5 years, or however long the craze and our branding exists. And it just so happens that we saw manga and we saw anime as something that, as we grew up, gave us so much motivation and excited us in terms of following the characters and stories. So we just immediately saw that it was the perfect fit for us to do it. So that's something that we sat down for a couple of days and we made a decision on that. I think Zushan, you can expand on that.
I will add though, I introduced Tommy to crypto, but then he introduced me to NFTs, so it's like a full cycle.
Nice. Circle of life, man.
Look, that's it. Exactly. And the interesting thing is, we more or less been in the Ethereum space in the past, where we were doing our own trading, and sort of what we realized, and perhaps I might segue into this and come back to your initial question, was the Ethereum space with gas fees isn't for the average buyer.
Exactly.
With gas being so high, you have to have a lot of Ethereum on you, a lot of crypto on you to be able to make those purchases. There's no guarantee you're going to flip them for a profit because the market is so saturated. So we thought, what is a coin or a cryptocurrency that we love that can mitigate this issue? And that's where, we were like, look, it's happening in Cardano. Let's head on over there. And
exactly. Hey, that's exactly what made me come over here too. And I'm sure it's exactly what made Vic come over here, and so many more people that are coming to this space. That's the exact reason. Gas fees are too damn high. That should be a new political party in the United States. No. Straight up.
Look, absolutely. Like it makes things difficult, and this space doesn't do that. At the end of the day, it costs you 0.17 ADA for a transaction. That's peanuts.
Exactly.
And it's fantastic. So that's how we sort of ended up in this space. And just tracking back to your previous or your main question, we just thought, look, we love manga, we love anime. This is what we want to do. Can we provide utility? Because you come across a lot of projects, and no disrespect to any project, but you come across a lot of projects that aren't focused on utility. They, the art is one thing, and we're really, really fortunate that we have some amazing illustrators on our team, particularly our avatar NFT designer, who is phenomenal with the work that he does and the detail that he gives it. But the unfortunate reality is a lot of projects create very simplistic art and expect to sell it, expect people to buy it, and really for it to grow in the market. And we didn't want that. So we started brainstorming, came up with ideas on how this could be linked up with manga and anime. And this is the point that we sort of reached, which is, of course, ADA NINJAS.
Awesome.
Yeah, that is awesome, man. Very well. I'd say congratulations, man.
Thanks. Yeah, go for it, mate. Yeah.
I got a question for you guys. So about utility, can you guys explain what is utility to people that don't know what it is, and what is your utility for ADA NINJAS?
So in the NFT space, there's two concepts. First is the NFT is just a piece of artwork, and the second is the NFT has attached to it a form of utility or an extra benefit for people who hold it, other than just a store of value. And what we decided in this space is that is there a possibility that this blockchain can provide some sort of benefit for people who own the NFTs and integrating it to the manga that we are going to produce.
Oh, now, wow, nice. I can already see where this is going.
Utility, yeah. When we speak about that utility, a few things come to mind. Now, we're not 100% committed to these, structures just yet, just purely because the Cardano blockchain ecosystem is quite young and it still needs to mature, specifically in the smart contracts framework. But, for example, we have the first season of our NFTs, which is the first clan, the Arama clan. And something that we're considering is if we were to use, let's say, a specific character or a specific attribute from the NFT series in our manga, then there has to be a way for us to provide royalties or profit share components to those holders.
Yeah,
right?
That's
because
wow.
If we start making money and selling our manga, then there has to be some format or some way for us to automatically provide those profit shares. So that's one utility that comes to mind. There's also payouts where, if we were to use, because we have a clothing store that we're developing and releasing as well. So with that in mind, what we're doing is, let's say if we have a hoodie that we end up turning into a physical product, then any NFT that has that hoodie should have some profit share components attached to it. So that's the utility that we're kind of looking towards in the future. Yeah. How that works in an automated process, we're still kind of figuring that out as smart contracts matures.
Yeah, because I've heard about, was it the DAOs, DAOs, or decentralized autonomous organizations, other entities are using for automating their royalties. I don't think there's one in Cardano yet, but I'm sure you guys will figure it out, right?
Yeah, how would you guys go about that?
Yeah, so what we will do is, noting that the smart contracts platform is still young, we have already have connected with a few developers to understand, time frames and schedules to make this happen. In terms of what we plan to do in the short term is we do payouts rather than royalty structures. So it's a bit more of a manual process, but it allows people to know that there is some form of utility coming through our ecosystem, our NFT collections. And that's just something that will evolve over time. And I think as long as we communicate that with our community and just show people that we're working on the relevant structures and how people can benefit, basically, then I think it will just benefit the both of us as the ecosystem matures.
I agree.
Awesome.
Anything else?
I actually have a question. So I saw on your roadmap that end of quarter 4 2021 is when you guys are expecting to roll out the manga series. Is that so? Can you guys give us any more information about when we can expect to see that? Do you guys have anything in the works right now? Maybe you can tease for the viewers.
Yeah, so absolutely. So if anyone hasn't checked out our Medium page yet, we've already got the origin story of the ADA NINJAS in light novel form with some manga panels on each of the origin parts. So that's already up, and obviously a lot of people have read that, and We've got an amazing partner in Ignacio, who's the storyteller and manages that side of it. So that's already up and running. Obviously, what we've promised to our community and what we're working on at the moment is scaling up the team. So we do need more people in terms of story writing and manga illustration and design. So that's what we're working on at the moment, while of course Ignacio himself is super busy writing the story. So in terms of timelines, yes, we do have internal timelines, but we don't want to announce them just yet because we don't want to create a false expectation. However, it will be rolled out within the time frames that we've provided.
Yeah, no worries.
You know, we've already got the light novel going, and yeah, people like it. They've been they're you know, attached to the story. I mean, I'm attached to the story myself. I don't write it, so Tommy and we get to read it after it's, or well, when it's been drafted, we get to read it and, you know, share our thoughts. But it's phenomenal, and credit to Ignacio. He's an amazing writer, and he's creating this whole world out of an initial idea that Tommy and I had very early on of what we wanted this to be. And you know, as I don't know if a lot of people know this yet, some of the people in our community do, but the ADA NINJAS, the ADA, also stands for each of our the initials for each of our clans. So you've got the Aramar, the Daisuke, and the Atsuko. So each of those clans is represented within the title of our project. And the manga, yes, it is very much in the works, but first step is, you know, bringing on the right resources, a team that can really help us take this to the next project. And that's sort of what we're working on at the moment, while of course Ignacio does the story side of things.
Yeah. And you know what? Hey, I'm sure everyone will be happy because you guys, it appears as though you guys are doing it right. And that's what matters. And you know, I do have another question. It's from somebody that posted on the Twitter post. And I think it's a pretty good one. How are you guys going to handle keeping the prices in the current realm that they're at, with another 8,000 NFTs dropping with the next season? How do you expect to control scarcity and, you know, have the price stay within a nice realm without it absolutely crashing? What do you guys think you're gonna do?
Yeah, so we've had internal discussions about this, right? And when we first started this concept, it was, should we release all three clans in the first season, or should we do individual clans and subsequent releases? And there were pros and cons of each approach. But what we realized is that we need time to actually develop story. And the most important part of our NFT series is the story that's attached to the NFTs. So, you know, that's why we made the decision to release the Aramai clans first, so that we can actually focus on developing the story, getting people involved in the store, the lore, and then also the decision-making process of the subsequent clans. Now, in regards to that total number cap, what we I think aim to do for the future seasons is to have them unique enough as a collection that they stand out on their own. So we're not talking about just replacing some clothing assets or replacing some hairstyles, but it's a different style of you might even say art style,
like a different anime altogether.
Yeah, so it's unique enough that it sits on its own, and it brings forward another element which we have started to implement already is the clan wars, right? So you have different clans and they're all fighting each other, and now it's like, well, we're bringing it into the blockchain. So what happens in that front when you have three separate clans, three different collections, and you're fighting to be the best? So that's something that we're going to continue to play with. At the moment, we don't really know what the answer is, and the future drops aren't necessarily going to be the same number as well.
Got it. Okay.
Because it is dependent on the story and how it develops.
Makes sense. Perfect. You know, and I guess that brings me to another question that I had. do you guys have any other NFT collections that you guys are working on completely separate to ADA NINJAS?
No.
Okay, cool.
Our
So this is it.
Focus is, yeah, this is our complete focus, and this is an enormous task on its own. We both have talked about this, and we mutually feel that splitting our time between multiple projects is just something we can't do if we want to provide the sort of expectations that our community have of us, and we are solely working on it.
Yeah, I love it. I love you guys' project. I love you guys' community. I got a fun question for you guys. I got a very fun one.
Yep.
So my NFT project is basically I'm throwing a giant fucking rave in Nagano, Japan. Would you guys be down to come if I fund everything?
Yes, absolutely.
Cool. Because
I love raves, man.
Yeah, I guys don't know, but I have done it before. So like, this is really my project. So my project is literally I'm having 30 holders, and I'm paying an all expensive paid vacation to Japan. I coordinated the events for Zoo. If you guys don't know who Zoo is, and then I did it as well for my private party as well. But with I had Mr. Gay Japan, a bunch of my close friends there. Super cool venue, and that's basically my project in a nutshell. So if you guys are down. When my stuff is funded and ready, I will let you know the dates and time.
Nice. Well, the funny thing is, Australia is still currently in lockdown. Our borders have been shut for I don't know, nearly 2 years now.
Okay.
But the moment the borders open, we as a team already internally have made that decision that we were going to travel as a team to Japan, just to kind of study and understands the elements of how Japan can fit better into our manga and our story. So we've already made that decision, mate. So
hey, there you go. Fit perfectly right into it.
Oh yeah, just want to throw the invite out to you guys that I'll be doing a CMT Creator Summit essentially in Japan, but also a rave for my holders.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah. Well, I'll let you know when the date is. I'm planning it for 2024. And you guys are obviously invited.
So I do have one last question for you guys.
Go ahead.
Sure.
One last question. Do you have anything to say to your community? Just before we close out the interview.
Oh, absolutely. Just before that, if it's okay, I saw another Twitter. Do you mind if I answer that?
Oh yeah, go right ahead.
Yeah. Someone asked, can you talk a little bit about the OST and the team involved with that? And we're quite lucky in that we have an amazing organization working with us, or rather two incredible composers from Mirai Music. And essentially what Mirai Music do, so Ricardo and Jacopo who lead that. So Ricardo's actually a really, really incredible artist, musician, and the fun thing about him is that and played in jazz bars and taught music in Japan for over 7 years.
Oh, I love that.
And he has really, really good connections with artists because he's based out of LA, but he's Italian, so he's got really good connections with artists around LA and around the world. So we've got some really, really exciting stuff coming up in terms of the vibe of music. What I can say at this point is think very contemporary. It's a little bit ahead of its time, I reckon. There are elements of hip hop in it, and it's not completely in the style of old school sort of pop rock Japanese anime opening themes and that sort of stuff. So the first target is getting that theme song out, which will be out very, very soon. So that's within our target, a month and a half, that's ready. So they're working on it as we speak.
That's awesome.
In LA right now, and we have dropped a small teaser on our Twitter and Discord, so definitely check that out. It's just a little bit of instrumental from that, but yeah, these guys are amazing. Know what they're, as you know, Tommy comes from a bit of that. Used to play the piano. I used to play the bass. I used to pop music as well. These guys know what they're doing, and they're awesome. So stay tuned for what comes out there, because then the next steps are obviously getting the full OST out after the theme song. So that's going to be awesome. And then, you know, that will tie in eventually with the anime as well.
Nice. So television show coming soon. No. Who knows?
Yeah, that's another reason why we also 3 drops. If we want to be able to fund something like an anime, it is expensive.
Yeah.
And that's the reality of the matter. So having those 3 drops enables us to do that. Whereas if we had done, I don't know, like a 12 or 13K drop with all 3 clans, doing the manga, doing the OST, then moving on to the anime, it never would have happened. Just the reality of the matter. So unfortunately, you know, these things do cost a lot, and that's why our price for the RMR was also D8 ADA for the mint. But, you know, we are going to make it worth everyone's while. And really, really excited to actually show everyone what Mirai Music is up to, because it's awesome. It is absolutely awesome.
That's pretty cool. Yeah, you know, when I made a video reviewing your guys' project, I did say 50, you know, the price for the ADA to mint, that it was a little high, but I thought it was justified because the artwork looks so good.
Yeah, thanks. Look, Tommy, you take the artwork side, working with V and everyone else on that side more than I have.
Yeah, just quickly, we have V, who's our illustrator for the NFTs. Everything needs to be drawn from scratch, and everything needs to be high detail. And you'll see that through every single attributes that we have delivered. It's not just, you know, going on a vector and doing some basic shading. You can see some hand-drawn lines when it comes to clothing assets, you know, hairs and everything. So we put attention to detail into the NFTs. That's one component. But I guess the most important component is just understanding the utility and the roadmap that we have. We need to deliver, because that's the part that will cost us the most when it comes to, I guess, the success of the project.
So I have one more question, actually. They keep coming up as you guys keep talking, you know. But
that's fine, mate. All good.
Perfect. I'm so glad you guys are willing to answer these. You know, whether or not you guys currently have plans to do collaborations, and if not, if you're willing to do collaborations with other projects.
Yeah. So you take it, mate.
Yeah. Yeah, we're already in talks with a few projects, and we're actually getting involved with the devs of respective projects to figure out collaborations. So for everyone tuning in, stay tuned.
Can you tease? Can you tease one or two? Maybe tease one. No.
Just think of an NFT, a CNFT project that aligns a lot with what we do at ADA NINJAS. That's probably the one that drops soonest. But yeah, we're talking to a couple of projects already, and we do have a few projects in mind to reach out to. So it's going to happen. What that may involve, can't say, don't completely know yet, but we're in talks.
Awesome.
That's awesome. Yeah, and we have a few policies or guidelines that we run when it comes to the collaborations. But we haven't done any collaboration with any project that hasn't launched. For us, we aren't willing to take on that risk purely because there are so many scams and rug pulls out there at this point in time. So we want to ensure that any collaboration that or any project that we collab with, they're the real deal, and they show to us that they're worth it. The second thing is there needs to be alignment to our story, because we're so story driven, and it's so important for us to, you know, keep the branding and of ADA NINJAS very specific. So if we were to, let's say, collab with a project that has a different type of theme, does that mean it should be part of the story, or how do we implement it so that it keeps it separate from the story? So these are some of the things that we kind of tackle with every case-by-case project. But yeah, excited to now finally start to collab with more projects.
Awesome. You know, kind of off topic from the, you know, the brand ADA NINJAS and your project in general, but I was just kind of curious, you know, are you guys investing or dabbling in NFTs in any way? Do you guys, you know, like any projects for, you know, the NFT space in general, just like buying some? Do you guys hold any NFTs, CNFTs?
Well, in my case, I like, there are a lot of projects I don't have the time to. You know, obviously when Yumi Universe was going to drop, I wanted to get in, but
Yeah.
I just didn't have the time because I'm so busy with this. So realistically, at this point, no, nothing at the moment. Perhaps one day in the future when we have the luxury of that time again, but currently,
Yeah.
nah, we're all in this, and then being able to manage our life outside of this, that's you know, that's the day gone. So,
Yeah, yeah, that makes sense. What about cryptocurrencies? Are you guys holding any cryptocurrencies?
Well, we hold ADA.
Nice, of course.
I want that one.
Beautiful.
Yeah. Well, I personally hold ADA and Ethereum, and just a few other altcoins, but that's just from my previous, I guess, dabble into the crypto space. At this point in time, we're so focused on developing our CNFT that's just taken a back burner. Even with the CNFT space, we follow a lot of projects, but when it comes to minting them, we don't put ourselves into that space because first of all, you really need to follow, I guess, the project at a deeper level, the conversations that are happening, the floor prices and stuff. And for us, it's just mentally, as fun as it is, it takes away a lot from our ability to actually deliver the 8 NINJAS.
That's awesome. Love it.
Yeah, man. Very cool.
I do want to ask you as a fun question. What kind of?
Yeah.
I'm sure you already knows this one, but what kind of anime do you guys watch, and what is like one of your favorite?
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, that's a good question, and I know Tommy and I have different preferences, which is awesome as well because it gives us a wider range of getting, you know, wider range of anime under our repertoire or whatever it is. I'm really into some of, you know, mid to early 2000s stuff that I grew up watching. Essentially, One Piece, Naruto, Bleach, Death Note, Dragon Ball Z, of course. First season, OG season of Pokemon was awesome. You know, huge Pokemon fan growing up. I used to go and have card battles and win badges and stuff when they had competitions, that sort of thing. But yeah, the core has been Naruto, Bleach, One
Bleach
Piece.
is, oh my god, Bleach was my OG. Damn.
Okay, who's your favorite character?
Yeah. I don't know. I'm a big fan of Shikamaru in
Nice.
Naruto. Like,
Oh, Naruto.
Yeah.
Shikamaru is he's a hard ass. That's fucking, yeah. He has the dumbest skill ever. He got shadows.
Yeah.
But you know, credit Death Note. Well, I think Death Note was an incredible manga and anime. Every character in that show has so much detail, so much development within their character. It's phenomenal series. And then you can't forget One Piece. I know it's still going on.
Oh my god, it's so long.
I
It's
know.
so annoying. I'll be riding the train. I hear that shit. I hear the fucking theme song of the train. I'm like, what the fuck? I thought this show was dead.
That's great.
Yeah, it's an awesome. It was awesome for me watching it. Yeah, I just don't have the continuing to watch it. But yeah, those are sort of my favorite shows and inspirations. Tommy, over to you, mate.
Yeah, we clearly have different tastes, mate. I have a soft spot for Demon Slayer.
Oh,
Nice.
dude, you're right.
Yeah, purely it's not as gory as my preference, but it was the first anime that I got my girlfriend to watch the complete series.
Congrats.
So I think there's something that with that, and I think the theme song "Garage" by Lisa, it always pops up, and it's one of the most catchiest OSTs that I've listened to. But then taking it to the darker side, Tokyo Ghoul, Attack on Titan.
Oh yeah,
they're the types that I like because their seasons are a bit shorter, so it's a bit more manageable in terms of times. And there's an older one, Claymore.
Claymore. Dylan, have you seen Claymore?
You know what? I actually haven't, but for the older animes, I gotta say, Full Metal Alchemist. Oh man, I love that one.
What I'm talking about.
What
Claymore's
else? Neon Genesis
up.
Evangelion. Oh man. What about Scryed? Scryed. Ghost in the Shell. Oh man.
Ghost in the Shell. Wow.
For non-Japanese. Sorry. No, go on, Tommy. I'll come back.
I was just going to say, this is the type of conversations that we have in our community constantly. So, everybody has their favorite anime and everybody has their favorite character. I think for me, it's usually the quieter ones, the cool ones, like, Captain Levi in Attack on Titan. So they're the characters that kind of get me motivated to watch them. So even like with Demon Slayer, if you guys haven't watched the movie Rengoku, it's such an awesome character for someone to follow, and it's the cool characters that motivate you to do better. Whatever it is that you're doing, they're the anime series that I really follow.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome.
And moving, I guess, outside of the standard anime, big fan of it. It sort of fits in that category, but fan of docs, and particularly how docs into a lot social issues, things like that. And of course, Afro Samurai was amazing.
Yes.
Yeah,
oh my gosh, Afro Samurai. How could I forget about that?
Oh my god, you're right. I forgot about one.
That was fantastic.
Yeah,
the battles.
I agree.
Oh man. So good. And just the general artwork. Like just so unique and different than any other animes,
Definitely.
Yeah, Samuel L. Jackson.
Awesome. Yeah, exactly.
Awesome story as well.
Heck yeah, guys. Well, thank you guys so much for, willing to come on, answer some questions from the community, spend some time with us, just talking about your project. We really appreciate it, man. Is there anything else you guys want to say to the audience, to the viewers that are going to watch afterward? Maybe announce some giveaways that you guys are doing on your channel.
Well, we've got a clan giveaway going. We're dropping a Hosk-infused NFT for whichever clan is able to recruit the most members on our Discord. So I think that ends in about 9 or 10 hours. That clan gets a random roll to win that NFT. So that's on at the moment. We've got some more giveaways coming up soon. Awesome. From my end, I just wanted to say thank you to the whole community. You guys are absolutely amazing. Without you, we could not be doing this, could not be doing any of this. The sort of messages we get on Discord and Twitter on a daily basis keep us motivated. So thank you and keep at it, guys. Keep supporting us, and we will do everything in our power to make this an amazing and incredible experience for you. But I'll hand it over to Tommy now.
Yeah, for me, it's just looking forward in our roadmap and what's to come. It gets me super excited, and obviously we can only announce so much any given day. But we promise you guys, the community, that we're doing everything we can to ensure that we deliver, and it will be the best. Manga series, clothing series, and the brands that we create for everyone. I can't wait for people to be cosplaying as their favorite ninja at the next Comic-Con. So that's something that is the vision for the ADA NINJAZ brands, and I can't wait for everyone to be so connected in that front.
Awesome. And then, of course, to everyone watching, don't forget that myself, TimeForDillon, and The Hidden Order, we're both giving away 2 NFTs this Friday. All you have to do is go down in the description, follow those steps. It's super easy. Basically, we're just asking for you guys to follow our channels. That's it. We will pick 2 winners this Friday, and they will be announced on Twitter. So don't miss out, guys. But thank you guys so much for watching. We really appreciate all the support. You guys have a beautiful day, beautiful night, wherever you guys are. Dylan is out.
See you guys.